90% of people who download a fitness app stop using it within the first 30 days. That is a massive churn rate. It is a graveyard of abandoned subscriptions and forgotten New Year's resolutions. But there is a new subcategory of fitness applications that is quietly retaining users for months, charging premium monthly subscriptions, and operating with almost zero human employees on the fulfillment side. They do not just track your runs. They do not just give you a generic PDF workout plan that you could have found on Google for free. They watch you. They correct your form in real time. They act as a highly observant personal trainer, living entirely inside your smartphone camera. My name is George, and after reviewing hundreds of business models, diving into developer forums, and analyzing real operator stories, I found that this specific intersection of artificial intelligence and consumer fitness is creating one of the most lucrative, yet fiercely misunderstood software businesses today. Let's get into it. Let's start with something you see every day and never really think about. The traditional fitness app market is deeply saturated. There are tens of thousands of workout trackers, calorie counters, and interval timers on the App Store right now. The problem with almost all of them is that they are essentially just digital notebooks. According to data published in 2025 and 2026, the global fitness app market is huge, valued in the tens of billions of dollars, but the barrier to entry for a basic app is practically zero. Anyone with a weekend to spare can build a basic workout tracker. Because of that, developers inevitably end up in a race to the bottom. They offer lifetime access for a single payment of $5, or they just give the app away for free and try to survive on banner ads. But there is a different game being played entirely. The developers who are actually building quiet, scalable wealth have realized that people do not want another digital notebook. They want a coach. They want someone to tell them if their lower back is rounding dangerously on a heavy deadlift, or if their squat depth is far too shallow to be effective. Historically, the only way to get that level of personalized, real-time feedback was to pay a human personal trainer anywhere from $60 to $120 an hour. That was the reality, right up until advanced pose estimation technology became accessible on everyday consumer smartphones. What we are talking about is the AI-powered fitness form correction app. This is an application that uses the phone's native camera to track the user's skeletal points while they work out. It analyzes the specific angles of their joints in real time, tracking the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles, and provides immediate audio or visual feedback. If your knees cave inward during a heavy squat, the app immediately tells you to push them out. If you are doing bicep curls with momentum instead of muscular isolation, it flags the error and corrects your posture. It is incredibly complex under the hood, but to the end user, it feels exactly like magic. And more importantly, to the user, it feels highly valuable. This is the first pattern you will see repeating in the AI software space. When you build a technological tool that effectively replaces a high-cost human service, like in-person personal training, you instantly earn the right to charge a premium software price. Instead of fighting to charge $2 a month for a digital notebook, these form correction apps are confidently charging $15 to $40 a month. Let's do the simple math. If you have just 1,000 active users paying $20 a month, you are already generating $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And unlike a physical brick-and-mortar gym, scaling from 1,000 users to 10,000 users does not require buying more treadmills, renting a larger building, or hiring a fleet of new staff members. The software scales infinitely, while your overhead remains largely flat. Let me be honest with you for a moment. Building this is not easy. And that is exactly why it is a phenomenal business. The business that is the most difficult to build technically is almost always the least competitive. If you look at discussions from real developers on forums like the small business and sweaty startup subreddits, you will see a massive graveyard of people trying to build what they call AI wrappers. They just connect a basic user interface to the ChatGPT API, ask it to generate a generic workout plan based on a text prompt, and they call it an AI fitness app. Those businesses fail almost immediately because there's absolutely no defensive moat. Anyone can copy that functionality in a single afternoon. But real-time computer vision and form correction is a completely different beast. Serious developers in this space are utilizing advanced computer vision models like MediaPipe, YOLO Pose, and RTMPose. Running these models accurately requires massive amounts of data collection, labeling, and continuous, frustrating refinement. One developer noted that the absolute Achilles heel of this business model is the immense cost and effort required for acquiring diverse training data. You need thousands of videos of people of all shapes, sizes, and lighting conditions performing exercises perfectly and, importantly, performing them incorrectly. This means your startup costs are not just a few dollars for server hosting. You might spend $10,000 to $50,000 just paying for meticulous data labeling and cloud infrastructure before you even launch a beta version. But that high barrier to entry is precisely your advantage. Once you build a reliable pose estimation engine, nobody can easily replicate your business over the weekend. The boring factor is the advantage. Nobody is competing with you because nobody thinks it is easy enough to try. Let's talk about the actual numbers and the economics of running this. The revenue models here are overwhelmingly subscription-based, based on data from platforms like RevenueCat, which tracks app monetization and customer lifetime value. The most successful consumer SaaS applications rely heavily on optimizing their free trial funnels. A standard proven approach in this industry is offering a limited free version or a 7-day free trial, followed by an annual subscription priced between $100 and $150, or a monthly tier of $15 to $30. Because the core value proposition is active injury prevention and tangibly better physical results, users are far more willing to open their wallets. If you compare it to an actual gym membership or a human trainer, $150 a year is a tiny fraction of the cost. The gross margins on traditional software are typically around 80 to 90%. However, for AI apps specifically, the margins can sometimes dip lower, perhaps to 60 to 75%, because running real-time computer vision models on cloud servers is computationally very expensive. You are constantly processing video frames. Smart developers mitigate this massive cost by engineering the app to run the inference locally on the user's device, utilizing the modern smartphone's native neural engine. If you can successfully move the heavy processing to the user's phone rather than your own servers, your cloud hosting costs plummet and your profit margins go right back up to that 90% range. Here is something almost nobody tells you. The hardest part of this business is not actually the artificial intelligence. It is the marketing and the user acquisition. Consumer fitness is undeniably one of the most crowded, expensive advertising spaces on the internet. If you try to run standard Facebook or Instagram ads for a fitness app, you will be crushed by massive publicly traded companies with multi-million-dollar marketing budgets. Your customer acquisition cost could easily end up being higher than the entire lifetime value of the customer, meaning you lose money on every single download. So how do independent bootstrap developers actually win? They rely on organic, highly visual social media content. They create short-form videos on platforms like TikTok and Reels showing the application in action. Imagine a split-screen video showing a person doing a dangerous backgrounding deadlift on one side, and the AI instantly overlaying a glowing red skeletal frame to correct their posture on the other. It is an immediate visual hook that instantly communicates the exact value of the product without a single word of explanation. They partner with micro-influencers, everyday fitness coaches who have 10,000 to 50,000 highly engaged followers to demonstrate the app to their specific audience. This organic, visually driven approach drastically lowers the customer acquisition cost, allowing the recurring subscription revenue to actually generate real, sustainable profit. Think about it like this. It is the exact difference between selling a paper map and selling a modern GPS navigation system. A basic workout tracker is a paper map. It tells you the general direction you need to go, but if you take a wrong turn, if your form breaks down, it does not know, and it certainly does not correct you. An AI form correction app is a GPS. It actively watches your progress in real time, recalculates immediately when you make a mistake, and guides you safely to your destination. People will always pay a significant premium for active, personalized guidance over passive, static information. In the book The Lean Startup, Eric Ries discusses the critical concept of the minimum viable product and the build, measure, learn feedback loop. This principle is absolutely mandatory when developing a complex AI application. You do not want to spend 2 entire years in isolation building a massive engine that tracks 50 different exercises before releasing it to the public. The smart developers start with just one single exercise. They build the absolute best AI squat correction tool in the world. They release it to a small group, gather real-world messy data, refine the algorithm, and then, only when that is perfect, they slowly add the deadlift, the bench press, and the overhead press. Similarly, Michael Gerber points out in his book, The E-Myth Revisited, the crucial difference between working in your business versus working on your business. A human personal trainer works in their business. They are trading their physical hours for dollars. If they get sick, the income stops. A software developer building an AI form app works on their business. They are building a digital system that can simultaneously train 10,000 people at 3 a.m. while the developer is asleep. Furthermore, Nir Eyal, in his book Hooked, explains exactly how to build habit-forming products. For any fitness app to succeed long-term, it must create a deeply ingrained habit. The immediate gamified feedback loop of the AI, the dopamine hit of achieving a perfect 100% form score, and the tangible feeling of progressing safely without joint pain all contribute to a highly retentive product. When users feel that the software is actively protecting their physical health and keeping them out of the doctor's office, churn rates drop significantly. They stop looking at it as an app and start viewing it as a necessary utility. This brings us to the profound difference in how 2 different people might approach building a software business today. Let's look at Daniel and Alex. Daniel wants to build an AI business because he read it was the future. He sees that the fitness niche is popular, so he spends a single weekend building a simple, generic wrapper that uses an API to generate text-based workout routines. He launches it on the App Store, buys some cheap ads, gets a few dozen downloads, and then watches in frustration as every single user cancels their subscription after the first month, because they quickly realize they can just use a free website to get the exact same text output. Daniel concludes that the app market is completely dead, that software is too competitive, and he moves on to the next shiny, trending idea. Alex takes a radically different approach. Alex understands that the real money isn't hiding in the exciting, easy ideas that anyone can build in a weekend. It is hiding in the complex, frustrating, unglamorous problems that require deep, sustained focus. Alex spends 6 agonizing months learning about computer vision, training models on databases like Supabase, and dealing with the incredibly tedious process of data labeling. He builds an app that does only one thing, but it does it perfectly. It corrects kettlebell swings. He markets it directly to passionate kettlebell enthusiasts who are terrified of injuring their lower backs. Alex confidently charges $25 a month. Because the product actually solves a painful, specific, real-world problem, his users stay subscribed for years, not days. Alex quietly builds a highly profitable defensive business that nobody else can easily copy, all while operating entirely in the background. And that is the uncomfortable truth behind this entire model. The money isn't hiding in the brilliant, flashy ideas. It never was. It is hiding in the boring, difficult execution that nobody else wants to do. None of the successful businesses in this deep tech space are built on a sudden flash of genius. All of them are built on consistent discipline, overcoming technical friction, and solving a very specific problem for a very specific group of people. When I first started studying business, I was also looking for the ultimate genius idea that would change the world overnight and require very little effort. But the more you look at the real data, the more you realize that the most profitable businesses are often the most difficult to replicate. Ask yourself first whether your product is just providing passive information, or if it is actively, dynamically solving a real-time problem for the user. The question isn't whether artificial intelligence is the future of the fitness industry. The question is, which specific, uncomfortable problem can you start solving with the tools you have right now? Hit that like button. It helps a lot. Subscribe if you want us to keep talking about real money, recurring revenue, and actual business strategies. Tell me in the comments down below if you would genuinely trust an artificial intelligence to correct your heavy lifting form. I'm George, and I'll see you in the next video.